Okay, filming again. This is take two. I ran out of data on the last card and got only a few seconds. We are now sailing from Crisfield up to Chance on Deal Island. We spent the other night on the lower part of Deal Island. Little fisherman's little tuck. Actually has some condos on the very end of it now, as has happened along the bay here. We are sailing now in 14.9 knots of breeze, so it says in my instruments here. And we're going at 4 degrees magnetic and the autopilot steering to that. I'm using the chart plotter, GPS chart plotter right here, and I have set up a navigation route to keep us clear of shallow water. And I'm using a course deviation indicator to show trends. It shows our speed and shows how much distance and time we have to go. Displays other factors. We have 1.7 miles to go to where I'll make a right turn to get into the town of Chance. Right now we're using the solar collector here. I've got my bimini rolled up. The jib is furled. I've had it furled most of the day here, and I have 2 reefs in the mainsail. That's this roll here, tied up, which means we're using about half our sail, and still it is quite large. There's a graphic up there of the Winged Lion, Venice. And up top you can see the wind indicator showing the wind dead behind, and the little spinning device up there doing the measuring of the wind. We have long spreaders on here that hold the wires away from the mast and makes the boat a lot stronger and able to support the loads better. And I have a string that comes from the top of the mast down here, and that keeps the mast from going forward in these conditions. Right behind there is Phil. It's really hard to keep the focus on that, but there's Phil back there, and he and I are sailing together. His friend Bill is with him. I've got the outboard motor up. Got our fenders stowed back here, a spare can of gasoline, and there's the autopilot doing its work. I'm watching that piece of red aluminum, and I don't really like the way it's torquing on that tube, so I'll be making a modification to make that a little more robust in the future. The outboard has electrical connector. We collect electricity to fortify the one battery here. And I have jury-rigged right now. This red line goes across the main sheet, the blue, to get the sail out further and not damage the sail against the spreaders, which are up there that sweep back quite far. It's all to get more power out of the boat, just with a temporary fix, just a rope and a knot. And I have that pleated over here on a winch, because that's a strong point of the boat we can use for absolutely everything. I got the cabin all closed up in case a wave comes over, which does happen sometimes. You can see waves going past right now. These are about 2-foot seas, nothing too dramatic. The boat's steering downwind, kind of wanders in this a little bit. It's no problem. The boat's designed to handle this, and I get used to it. A few days ago we were in bigger seas and we were going into these waves. And it's a very, very wet ride indeed, in a condition where I would not be filming anything, that's for sure. I'm going to set the camera down. I have to set it at an angle so it doesn't slide off the boat. And I'll try to give you a portrait of yours truly. There you go. There's a multi-day beard going on, the Aussie hat. And sitting here I've got weather gear pants on with the shoulder straps. Got the inflating water life jacket, and I have a safety harness part of the life jacket, and I'm tied into the boat so that if something weird happens, I'm attached to the boat and stay within the working area of the boat as well, so I can climb back on without assistance from anybody else. That's to make it easier to fill. So if I go overboard, chasing me down and chasing this boat down, which will go automatically forever, it'll be very difficult. The boat will go until it hits something, and it's not going to hit anything for many, many miles if we're out in the open sea. I got a pretty good beard going on. Really been enjoying being outside here, enjoying the outdoors, being in touch with nature and the face of the moon. And the stars It's nice. Nice stuff. Wish some of my friends and family could see this, but it doesn't. It's not that easy for people to get away for this length of time. It's Friday, October 2nd. I got hired by Delta 13 years ago today and started training in the 727 as a flight engineer. It was a long time ago. And as I'm speaking to you here, there is a powerboat coming pretty much right at me, which is typical. Try to see if they can scare us. But it's a typical cruising type powerboat. They have little regard for courtesy at sea. And they're having a very rough ride. They are driving into the waves, pitching way up into the air. I'd much rather be on this boat any day of the week. It's quite quiet out here. It's certainly not quiet on that boat. There's a nice little roll there, which is typical, and this powerboat wake will actually coexist with these waves and make it pretty exciting here for a few seconds. There you go, that's it, that's it. Since we're going different directions, the wind squashes it, it's pretty much no big deal. Anyway, I hope the film hasn't run out of data space this time. We will see. Yeah, we're still running. Oh, there's Phil there. He's got a little bit of a jib going on. I'm going to see if I can zoom in on him. Looks like we're out of focus really badly. Maybe this whole film is out of focus, but we get what we get. Wonderful day to be at sea. There are workboats out here. They're going into that fisherman's cut, like I said before, in the lower part of Deal Island. I think they call it Lower Thoroughfare is the way we got in and out of there the other day. And when we took refuge here, it was pretty wavy. So I'm going to sign off for now. Thanks for joining.